Hello and thanks for staying with us. The Custom Care Program has continued to win awards in the country. Also on Custom Support, the CG speaks on the Public Relations Summit held in Port Harcourt. Plus, more reports. I am Egiseme Edinye. Stay tuned. At the just concluded Public Relations Summit held in Port Harcourt, the Custom Controller General has been speaking on the way forward in the service. So the Nigerian Customs Service will continue to improve the well-being of every member of the service alongside promote the well-being of the country.
We have deployed a number of initiatives like Udogu, the AEO, the Advanced Ruling, and we have attempted to deepen stakeholder engagement, and we have embraced intelligence-driven operations. These initiatives require more than technology. They require understanding. They require stakeholder buy-in. They require public confidence. They require trust. Therefore, they require communication. Today, I believe the time has come to reposition communication within the Nigerian Customs Service from a tactical function to a comprehensive corporate and strategic communication framework.
The Nigerian Customs Service has been awarded Commonwealth Award for a job well done. We now bring you some of the clips of Customs Care as approved by the Nigerian Customs Service.
The Nigerian Customs Service, NCS, has received global recognition as its flagship corporate social responsibility initiative, Custom Cares, won the Commonwealth Environment and CSR Gold Award in Glasgow, Scotland. The award honors organizations with measurable, sustainable, and community-driven interventions that advance the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Customs Cares stood out for its impact in education, healthcare, food security, and environmental sustainability across Nigeria. Receiving the award on behalf of the Comptroller General of Customs, Adewale Adeniyi, Deputy Comptroller General of Customs, DCG, in charge of enforcement, investigation, and inspection, Timi Bomodi, described the recognition as a defining milestone in the service's transformation journey.
Yeah, for the first please, come in.
Okay, so a very good afternoon to all attendees here at this event. Bring you warm greetings from the Controller General of Customs, Bashir Adewale Adeniyi, MFR. He couldn't be here because he had other official businesses to attend to. To the conveners of this event, we say a very big thank you. The Nigerian Customs Service, traditionally is involved in the facilitation of trade for the government of Nigeria and also for collecting revenue. But in addition to what we do or what our traditional responsibilities are, we also understand that there is a relationship between the communities in which we operate and us as government agents. And we also know that within these communities, if the facilities that are supposed to be present are not there, it somehow impedes our ability to function as an agency for government. And that is why we have taken the deliberate measure to establish Customs Care as a community social responsibility agency from the department. And what it has helped us do is create spaces in which community dwellers, especially border community dwellers, could actually thrive and grow, either in the areas of providing healthcare, schools, potable water, and so on. We recently started a campaign for Green Borders, which also is directly related to what we're doing. And what that program does is, plant more trees, especially in the border areas, because we know that these are places that are vulnerable to different kinds of dangers. We experience a fragile border situation along the axis, the borders in Nigeria, and the Green Border Initiative is supposed to help community dwellers have sustainable environments, both for living and for businesses. So we're really grateful for this award because it speaks to the heart of what we are doing at the Nigerian Customs Service. We intend to do more going forward. To say a big thank you to the organizers of this event. Thank you.
The acting controller in charge of PTLM has recorded an average of 48 billion naira in 1 month. He said that the command will also improve and introduce new measures that will help the cargo to move freely in the port.
The ECTS bring direct benefits by bringing faster cargo clearance and delivery, as there will be no more waiting for escorts of those cargoes. Cargo will move faster to the bonded terminal or other command or free zones within the stipulated time. It will reduce cost of doing business as a result of less demurrage, fewer delays, and reduced logistic costs due to predictability on transit times, transparency, and security, because consignments are secured throughout the journey. This workshop will therefore convene to engage our stakeholders on procedures, responsibilities, and expectations under the electronic cargo tracking system regime. I urge all participants to embrace this change, ask questions, and work with us to ensure seamless takeoff. On behalf of the officers and men of the command, I extend our profound appreciation to the Controller General of Customs and his management team for the bold step they took towards the digitalization of custom processes.
You are watching the program Customs Report.
The Nigeria Customs Service has recorded another major breakthrough in its anti-smuggling campaign with the interception of a container loaded with concealed parts of pump-action rifles and the seizure of illicit cannabis-infused products worth 373.8 million naira at the Tinkan Island Port Command. Addressing journalists during a press briefing, the Comptroller General of Customs, Adewale Adeniyi, described the seizures as a significant victory against transnational criminal networks exploiting Nigeria's seaports to smuggle prohibited weapons and dangerous narcotics into the country. According to the CGC, the operation followed intelligence-driven surveillance after container number Temu 184536/9, which arrived aboard MV Velika, was flagged by the service's risk management system for enhanced security. A comprehensive physical examination conducted at the Customs Enforcement Station revealed concealed crates containing knockdown components preliminarily identified as Joseph pump-action rifles.
Verified facts on the interception of a container conveying concealed parts of pump-action rifles, alongside the seizure of 2 40-footer containers that were loaded with cannabis-infused products, which were concealed among imported goods. The 2 operations underscore our commitment to protecting Nigeria's border from prohibited imports that pose severe threats to our national security and public health. On 8th of July 2026, a container number TEMU 184536/9 arrived at Tinkan Island Port. On board the vessel MV Velika and was flagged through our intelligence-driven risk management system for enhanced monitoring. And acting on credible intelligence, officers of this command placed the container under surveillance and subsequently subjected it to a detailed physical examination at the Customs Enforcement Station. The examination uncovered concealed crates containing knockdown components, primarily identified as Joseph pump action rifles. A total number has not yet been determined, and we are currently undertaking detailed technical examination and inventory of the number to determine the exact quantity and the configuration recovered. As at the time of putting down this report, 130 pieces of double-barrel Joseph action rifle has been discovered. But counting is still in progress. Assembling of these products are also still in progress. I believe that before we all settle to press, the actual numbers will be given to you. Investigations on this extended beyond the seizure. On the 31st of July 2026, one major suspect was arrested at a bonded terminal while attempting to facilitate the release of the container. Documentary evidence, financial records, and telecommunication analysis established the connection of this suspect with the named consignee on the shipping document. And one of the exhibits that we have includes the payment of 10,000 naira received from a company account that is directly linked to the consignee of this particular item. Two suspects afterwards are now currently in custody, and they are assisting investigators, while another principal suspect remains at large and is being actively pursued.
The recovered components are currently undergoing technical examination and inventory to determine their exact quantity and configuration. Expanding the investigation led to the arrest of one suspect at the Mikfo bonded terminal while attempting to facilitate the release of the container. Customs disclosed that documentary evidence, financial records, and telecommunications analysis established links between the suspect and the named consignee, including a 10,000 naira payment traced to a company account associated with the consignee on the day of the arrest.
Yeah, we are not ruling out anything. There could be. Like we said, these items were concealed and they were not declared, obviously, as pump action. And this is why DACO should get it clear that the people who did this did not do it for there was no clear intention. There was no other intention apart from the fact that they want to use it to cause security problems for us in the country. The fact that they have concealed it, the fact that they were looking for accomplices within the customs to help them bring it out, it means that their intentions were not genuine. So there could be collaborations, there could be some people collusion. We will work, from the fact that we have known, we will gradually get towards those unknown facts. And hopefully, if there are any, you use a very nice word, collaboration. I think the right word is collusion. So there could have been some collusion involved, and we will we'll try and get them.
The Comptroller General of the Nigerian Customs Service, NCS, Adewale Adeniyi, has announced that the service will now conduct recruitments every year, ending the era of irregular recruitment exercises. Speaking at the press briefing on the release of the final list for the 2024-2025 recruitment exercise, Adeniyi described the move as a major reform to improve manpower planning and operational efficiency. He said the annual recruitment cycle will become a permanent and predictable process, allowing the service to recruit qualified Nigerians every year.
We are working deliberately to ensure the continuity at the top of the organization, but continuity at the top means very little if the base is not replenished. This is the lesson this exercise has taught us most forcefully, and it brings me to the most consequential announcement that I need to make this afternoon, and it has to do with a new recruitment cycle. The Nigeria Customs Service is moving to an annual recruitment cycle. Recruitment will no longer be an occasional event undertaken after several years. It will be a standing, predictable yearly event. The 2026 recruitment exercise will therefore open later this year, and it is my firm intention that it will be completed within a single calendar year from advertisement to the final list. The systems, the screening architecture, and the verification process built during this exercise now exist, and they will not have to be built all over again. The release of the final list of successful candidates in 2024-2025 recruitment exercise of the Nigeria Customs Service. A total of 3,852 candidates have been offered places across 3 cadres of entry into the Nigeria Customs Service. And the breakdown includes 1,275 in the superintendent cadre, 367 in the inspectorate cadre, and 2,210 in the customs assistance cadre. This is the final list, and it concludes the exercise that was opened over 2 years ago. Let me begin with the matter uppermost in the minds of many young Nigerians who applied, and of course, in the minds of their families. This exercise has taken longer than any of us intended.
The customs boss noted that the screening, verification, and recruitment systems introduced during the 2024-2025 exercise have now been fully established, making future recruitment faster and more transparent. The Nigerian Customs Service, NCS, through Operation Whirlwind, has handed over a truck carrying 45,000 litres of premium motor spirit PMS, popularly known as petrol, to the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, NMDPRA, in Katsina State. The truck, bearing registration number SBA 146SA, was intercepted by operatives of Operation Whirlwind along the Kano-Jigawa route at Birni Kuka in Mashi local government area of Katsina State, while allegedly transporting diverted petroleum products in violation of existing regulations. The handover ceremony took place at the Nigerian Customs Service Katsina Area Command Headquarters. Speaking during the event, the Deputy Comptroller of Customs in charge of Operation Whirlwind, Aliyu Abubakar, said the seizure demonstrated the service's commitment to curbing the diversion and smuggling of petroleum products and protecting Nigeria's economy.
Bashir Adewale Adeni, MFR, FNR, PR, DSM, PSC, Zaga, at this important handover ceremony. Today's event reflects unwavering commitment of the Nigeria Customs Service through Operation Whirlwind to safeguard Nigeria's strategic petroleum resources and strengthening interagency collaboration in the fight against economic sabotage. In line with the expanded operation mandate of Operation Whirlwind, which now covers not only petroleum motor spirit PMS, but also other regulated petroleum products such as automated gas oil, AGO, aviation turbine kerosene, ATK, and liquefied petroleum gas, LPG. The Nigeria Customs Service is formally handing over to the Nigerian Mainstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, Kano branch, 3 tankers truck bearing registration number FGE 570 XV, KMG 361 XA, and KMC 69ZR respectively, conveying suspected diverted liquefied petroleum gas and PMS product. These tankers were intercepted along Dora Road, Kano, on the 25th July 2026, following credible intelligence and sustained surveillance by operative of Operation Y-Wing within Kano, Jigawa, and Katsina Azi. Preliminary investigation reveals that the petroleum products were originally destined for Benin, Kebbi, and Argungu in Kebbi State, as indicated in the NADPR Deni truck manifest. However, circumstances surrounding their movement raised strong suspicion of diversion, warranting immediate interception in accordance with the mandate of Operation Y-Wing. We will continue to strengthen intelligence operation, enhance surveillance capability, and deepen strategic collaboration with relevant agencies and stakeholders to ensure that individuals and syndicates involved in this illegal diversion, smuggling, and trafficking of petroleum products are identified, investigated, prosecuted where appropriate, and held fully accountable in accordance with the law of the land.
The Nigerian Customs Service, NCS, a Lily Pond Export Command, has recorded a 24.35% increase in export value, processing exports worth over $792 million in the second quarter compared to over $599 million recorded during the same period. Speaking during a press briefing on the command's second quarter performance in Lagos, the Customs Area Controller of the command, Comptroller Samuel Aribi, said the command facilitated exports valued at over $792 million, representing an increase of over $192 million over the corresponding period.
The Nigerian Customs Service remains committed to facilitating legitimate trade, promoting non-oil exports, enhance compliance with extant export procedures, and contributing meaningfully to Nigerian economic diversification agenda through efficient export processing. I am pleased to present the command export performance for the second quarter in the year 2026 to you all. Trade volume performance. During the period under review, the command recorded a total export value of $792,567,765 compared to $599,600,702.47 recorded during the corresponding period in the year 2025. And this represents an increase of $192,967,062.84, translating to a 24.35% growth in the export value. Now the monthly performance. April 2026, the command recorded an export value of $274,834,061.46. That's compared to $237,500,000 $589,178 That is in April 2025, reflecting an increase of $37,244,882 $96, representing 13.55% growth. We now move to the month of May. In the month of May, export value stood at $275,904,639 $20, compared to $180,993,934 $16. That is in May 2025, and this represents an increase of $94,910,705 $4. That is the growth of 34.40%. And this represents an increase of 1,778 containers, translating to a 32.27% growth in container throughput.
According to the comptroller, the strong performance reflects the Nigeria Customs Service's commitments to facilitating legitimate trade, promoting non-oil exports, strengthening compliance with export procedures, and supporting the federal government's economic diversification agenda. The Comptroller General of Customs, CGC Adewale Adeniyi, has reaffirmed the Nigeria Customs Service's commitments to strengthening integrity and ethical conduct and professionalism, pledging closer collaboration with the Code of Conduct Tribunal, CCT, to promote accountability and transparency across the service. Adeniyi made the commitment when he received a delegation from the Code of Conduct Tribunal, led by its chairman, Mai Nasara Kogo, at the Nigeria Customs Service's headquarters in Maitama, Abuja. The two organizations discussed institutional cooperation and measures to strengthen compliance with the Code of Conduct for Public Officers. The CGC said the service's integrity drive aligns with global best practices prescribed by the World Customs Organization WCO, stressing that, and I quote, keeping an ethical customs and ensuring that our officers operate under a strict code of conduct is fully supported by the World Customs Organization through its integrity program.
The Kirikiri Lighter Terminal of the Nigerian Customs Service has recorded 19 billion in 1 month. The Customs Acting Controller also said that the expired goods and smuggled goods will not be allowed into the command.
I'm delighted to present the command's performance in revenue generation and brief you on the significant enforcement achievements recorded during our statutory responsibilities. I'm pleased to inform you that the Kirikiri Lighter Terminal Command generated a total revenue of 19,404,925,103 Naira 53 kobo in the month of June 2026, as against total sum of 14,336,621,664.35 generated in the corresponding period of June 2025. This reflects an increase of 5,041,303,439 kobo, representing a 35% increase. This remarkable performance demonstrates the dedication of our officers and men, improved stakeholder compliance, and enhanced trade facilitation. While we remain committed to facilitating legitimate trade and maximizing revenue generation.
Just before I round up this week's edition of the program, Customs Report, we brought you a report where the Nigerian Customs Service continues to receive an award on customs care as approved by the management of Nigerian Customs Service. For me, Igeseme, thanks for watching.